Blessing to you in this Advent season. Today we are releasing the Park's 2020 annual report and talking about 2021. At this point, I am sure you are sick of hearing words like unprecedented to describe 2020. I know I am sick of that word. Our annual report is set against the backdrop of 2020, which has been a difficult year. But ultimately, it is a story of hope and it's a story of resilience. This has been a year for us as a community of prayer, of sacrifice, and of incredible charity. You could read the annual report at theparksa.org/annual report, and we hope you'll check in on all of the stories from this past year. Now, as we look to 2021, I have continually returned to a quote by Dr. David Fitch. He says, "The church gathers in its place of worship to encounter Christ's presence. But this same church is sent out to extend his presence into our homes and our neighborhoods and among the marginalized and the hurting in the world. The church's location, therefore, cannot be seen in terms of in here or out there. It is an entire way of life." Dr. David Fitch from Faithful Presence. Now, we have thought through hundreds of scenarios of what the park will look like post-pandemic. As we have prayed and debated and discussed, we have opted to go forward by going back to our most significant rhythms. So for worship, we love partnering with schools for our Sunday services. We are working with Northeast Independent School District and San Antonio Independent School District. As soon as it is safe and reasonable, we will be back in school for Sunday morning worship. Now, for the neighborhood, we are launching 4 new missional communities early spring. These are going to be backyard gatherings for prayer and fellowship. We're also training a group of leaders for future work just like that. And then for the city, we continue our ministry through 708 West Summit Avenue, and we are planting a new expression of the church in 2021. More details to come on that. Now, the local church is the hope of the world, but it needs your support. So some of you are tapped out. Mentally, financially, emotionally, you are empty. Well, we are here for you, and we will continue to serve you in that space. But some of you have the time and the money to ensure the work of the church continues into 2021. If that's you, then prayerfully consider supporting the park. And if you can, support additional local churches and ministries as well. Now, in closing, we're inviting you this year to pray. The church around the world needs saints on their knees praying fervently. Let thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. We're asking you to live sacrificially. Where local congregations thrive on engagement, they die when the saints check out. So worship in community, whether that's in person or online. And if you can't join in person, do your best to be active in your online participation. Moreover, give your time away. If you need help being creative there, just give me a call. And then finally, money. I know it's awkward to just say that, but I am the kind of guy who says awkward things. I invite you to join with my family in financially supporting the work of the park community and other kingdom efforts globally. As we close out the year, look for ways to give to organizations that benefit others, knowing you may not receive anything in return. So the season of Advent is about remembering the birth of Christ and anticipating his return. And as we continue to proclaim his kingdom, I just want to leave you with this prophecy from Isaiah. "For a child will be born to us, a son will be given to us, and the government will rest on his shoulders. His name will be called Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace. There will be no end to the increase of his government or of peace, and on the throne of David and over his kingdom, to establish it and to uphold it with justice and righteousness from then on and forevermore. The zeal of the Lord of armies will accomplish this." Grace and peace to you in this Advent season.